What are the biggest risks of dating a woman with tattoos? You think it's all just ink and vibes, right? Wrong. Dating a tattooed woman is like playing Russian roulette. You might get the thrill of your life, or you might end up with emotional shrapnel you never saw coming. Let's peel back the layers of ink and see the hidden dangers most men never talk about. First off, let's talk impulsivity. Tattoos are permanent, or at least they're supposed to be. But here's the kicker. Surveys show nearly half of tattooed people regret at least one tattoo. Think about that. Imagine walking into a tattoo shop at 1 a.m. after a few shots, pointing at the flash wall and saying, "Yeah, give me the dolphin in sunglasses on my thigh." Now fast forward a few years. Do you think that same person has the patience to build a long-term relationship brick by brick? Impulsivity in tattoos often reflects impulsivity in love. If she gets bored, she won't repaint the walls, she'll burn down the whole house. Scenario time. Picture this. You meet Lisa. She's got a half sleeve of roses and daggers and you're mesmerized. She tells you she got them all because she felt like it. 3 months in, she tells you she loves you. 2 months later, she's moved in. And by month 6, she's gone because she felt like trying something new. The same spontaneity that made her fun to be around also made her impossible to keep. That's the paradox of ink. It promises permanence but screams impermanence. Now let's talk about attention dynamics. Tattoos don't whisper, they shout. They're designed to draw eyes. And oh, they do. Strangers will stop her to ask, "What does your tattoo mean?" Or, "Wow, that's so cool, where did you get it done?" At first you'll think, "My girlfriend's a star, everyone notices her." But after the 100th time some random guy at Starbucks leans in a little too close to admire her back piece, you'll start to feel it. The gnawing sense that you're dating someone who constantly fuels other people's curiosity. If she thrives on that validation, you'll never be enough. Because let's be real, one man's compliments can't compete with the dopamine rush of attention from an endless crowd. And it's not just about men staring, it's about social perception. Whether fair or not, tattoos carry stigma. Show up at Thanksgiving dinner with your girlfriend whose arm is covered in skulls and watch Aunt Karen nearly drop the turkey. Some employers still quietly blacklist tattooed candidates. Some conservative families whisper that tattoos equal rebellion. That judgment doesn't just land on her, it lands on you too. Suddenly, you're the guy who brought home the rebel. And trust me, you'll feel the heat. Then there's symbolism and identity. People don't just pick random designs, they choose images that scream who they are or who they want to be. A snake might mean transformation, a phoenix, rebirth, but sometimes the meaning is a little darker. A tattoo of broken chains might mean she's running from authority, from structure, maybe even from commitment. If her tattoos are permanent broadcasts of freedom, rebellion, or "don't tie me down," how stable do you think your relationship will be? Here's a chilling one, tattoos of exes. You might think, nobody does that anymore. Oh, they do. And even if she covers it up, you'll know. Under that butterfly might be her ex's name. And suddenly, you're not just dating her, you're dating every guy she ever immortalized in ink. No matter how many times she says it means nothing now, your brain will scream, "It meant enough for you to carve into your skin forever." And nothing kills romance faster than competing with ghosts. But let's make it spicier. Did you know tattoos often link to risk-taking behavior? Studies show that people with tattoos are statistically more likely to engage in reckless partying, substance use, or thrill-seeking. Again, fun for a while. She's the life of the party, the adventurous one, the "let's go skydiving on a Tuesday" kind of girl. But translate that into a relationship, and suddenly you're the babysitter. You're the one picking her up from parties at 3 a.m., the one watching her blow half her paycheck on another tattoo instead of rent. Exciting? Maybe. Sustainable? Absolutely not. Scenario 2. Meet Jasmine. She's got a full back piece of a dragon. You're obsessed. Every date is an adventure. Road trips, last-minute concerts, midnight tattoos. It feels like a movie. But slowly, you realize you're not building a relationship. You're fueling her need for constant adrenaline. The moment things get routine, date nights at home, saving for the future, she checks out. Why? Because stability doesn't give the same rush as new ink or new chaos. And you're left wondering if you were ever really her boyfriend or just the next thrill on her bucket list. Let's dig into emotional scars. Tattoos can be artistic expression, sure, but they're also coping mechanisms. Some people tattoo over trauma, heartbreak, or loss. Those symbols on her arm might not be just pretty. They could be memorials of pain. And when you date someone whose body is a scrapbook of wounds, you're also dating the emotions behind those wounds. If she hasn't healed, every argument, every stress, every tough moment might reopen scars. Not just emotional ones, but the ones permanently inked into her story. Here's another overlooked risk, the permanence paradox. Tattoos last forever, but human feelings don't. Imagine she has forever and always inked with someone else's initials. Sure, she swears it means nothing, but your eyes will still catch it every single time, reminding you that someone else once occupied the same forever spot you now hold. That permanence breeds insecurity, whether you admit it or not. Let's get financial for a second. Tattoos aren't cheap. A full sleeve? Thousands? A detailed back piece? Even more. If she's addicted to ink, you'll see a steady stream of cash vanish into tattoo shops. Combine that with impulsive spending habits, and suddenly your future house fund looks more like a collage of colored needles and empty wallets. And if you think this doesn't affect you, think again. Shared finances mean shared consequences. Now, fast forward to the future. Aging reality. That beautiful ink won't look the same in 20 years. Skin sags, colors fade, lines blur. That crisp mandala? Now it's a melted pancake. The lion's face on her arm looks more like a tired house cat. If her self-worth is tied to how edgy or beautiful her tattoos make her feel, you'll be left managing insecurity when time does its work. And no amount of "you're still beautiful" will stop the frustration when her reflection doesn't match her identity anymore. And here's the most brutal risk: psychological red flags. Not always, but often, tattoos correlate with deeper issues, higher levels of anxiety, depression, or self-destructive behavior. Sometimes tattoos are about taking control of pain, turning scars into art. Noble? Sure. But in relationships, it can mean you're stepping into emotional minefields you're not ready to handle. Her tattoos might be armor-hiding wounds, and when those wounds bleed into your relationship, you'll pay the price. One last scenario to hammer it home. Meet Kara. She's got tattoos from her wrists to her ribs. Each one has a story. This one's for my ex, this one's for my dad, this one's when I dropped out of college. At first you think, wow, she's deep. But 6 months in, you realize you're not her boyfriend, you're her therapist. Every fight triggers a backstory. Every disagreement is tied to trauma. And you're drowning in issues that were never yours to carry. So here it is. Dating a woman with tattoos isn't just dating a woman with ink. It's dating her impulsivity, her thrill-seeking, her unresolved wounds, her ghosts, her spending habits, and her hunger for validation. The tattoos are just the surface. The real risks lie underneath.